Madame la Présidente, Mesdames et Messieurs, plus que jamais, le monde se trouve face à des défis qui réclament des solutions globales. Des conflits qui ne cessent depuis longtemps, les fléaux du terrorisme, les catastrophes naturelles, la pauvreté, l'exclusion sociale. Les populations déplacées sont autant de défis que nous devons aborder de manière durable dans une approche globale. Notre monde est de plus en plus poussé à chercher des solutions inclusives. Il n'y a pas de paix et de sécurité sans développement. Les objectifs de développement durable nous donnent une nouvelle chance à nous tous et représentent une impulsion universelle pour la transformation du monde. Ces objectifs fixent un programme d'action ambitieux pour les prochaines années pour éradiquer la pauvreté extrême, lutter contre la paix et la sécurité, lutter contre l'inégalité et l'injustice et protéger la planète. Nous avons besoin de plus d'intégration au niveau des différentes stratégies sur le changement climatique, le développement, l'aide humanitaire, l'éradication de la faim, la croissance économique et la construction de la paix. L'orientation que nous donnons à nos politiques sociales, industrielles, agricoles influence d'une manière ou d'une autre le développement durable. L'expérience du passé nous montre que les approches seulement sectorielles, coupées les unes des autres, créent plus de problèmes que d'en résoudre. En Roumanie, nous avons lancé le processus de transposition nationale des objectifs de développement durable. Nous nous concentrons premièrement sur la prise en considération des changements environnementaux et climatiques dans des politiques sectorielles en cherchant une approche intégrée. Nous voulons assurer la transition vers une économie verte et circulaire en accordant une attention particulière à la bonne gestion du capital naturel et aux zones protégées qui couvrent 25% de notre territoire. La mise en œuvre des objectifs de développement durable et la transition vers une économie verte constituent, à notre avis, le seul moyen pour assurer une vie durable, inclusive et décente pour nos concitoyens. Nous considérons qu'une approche transversale des politiques énergétiques, agricoles, environnementales et du climat est essentielle afin d'atteindre les objectifs de développement durable. Par exemple, dans le domaine du logement et l'efficacité énergétique, nous avons récemment adopté un programme qui privilégie les technologies et les matériaux verts. Cette année, en Roumanie, nous avons aussi adopté un paquet national anti-pauvreté, y compris des mesures spécifiques pour combattre l'exclusion sociale et des mesures d'aide pour les enfants des milieux défavorisés. Le développement ne peut pas être durable s'il n'est pas inclusif, tant dans son contenu que dans la façon de le mettre en œuvre. Pour cette raison, nous avons beaucoup investi cette année dans des instruments de gouvernance ouverte en impliquant la société civile et les milieux d'affaires. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the development in the eastern and southern part of Europe over the last 2 years have highlighted complex security challenges in the wider proximity of my country. They are causing steps backward from any perspective of sustainable development. The belt of frozen conflict around the Black Sea remains a serious permanent threat to the stability in the region and beyond. They put on hold the perspective of prosperity and respect of principle and norm of international law. We are deeply troubled by the use of hybrid warfare tactics and the illegal annexation of territories. The growing instability in the Middle East, with the epicenter in Syria, is a major source of proliferation of terrorism, of massive migration, of risk of instability, not only for the region, but for the whole world. It must be tackled with determination. We need to encourage the process of reconciliation in the country affected by instability by setting up policies aimed at promoting bridges between communities and ensure proper representation and inclusiveness. We should reflect more on a strategy for the post-conflict reconstruction, building on the Sustainable Development Goals and their targets, be it in Syria, Iraq, Libya or Yemen, and continue the discussion on the institutional process and financial contribution needed with all the stakeholders involved. Romania is convinced that solving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is one of the most important tasks that we need to accomplish, and that could be a turning point on the road back to stabilization, respect of fundamental rights, mutual acceptance and prosperity. My country remains committed to the UN effort to maintain international peace and security. Romania has long been a contributor to the United Nations peacekeeping. At the present, Romanian military and police forces take part in 10 United Nations peacekeeping operations and 2 special political missions. Peace and security could not be sustained if the continued potential threat of proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, in particular nuclear weapons, persisted. Romania is currently chairing the preparatory commission of the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty Organization, and it was clear in condemning the nuclear and ballistic tests run by Democratic Popular Republic of Korea this year. I would also like to underline how important it is to rethink the relation between humanitarian and development policies as an opportunity to find new solutions and responses. It is up to us to build on the existing regional experience and initiatives, some of them emerging in the follow-up process to the Istanbul Humanitarian Summit. We need to go beyond sectoral approaches in trade policy, fight against climate change, hunger and poverty, ensure food production and economic growth, and to find a more inclusive institutional framework to put forward integrated solutions. Romania is stepping up its effort to respond on these challenges in the spirit of international solidarity and responsibility sharing, and in accordance with our legal and moral obligation. Let me make 3 brief points of highlighting our main line of actions. Firstly, as an emerging donor and a country of resettlement, Romania has been working to expand its contribution to the international humanitarian actions the last years by increasing its resettlement capacity and financial assistance. Secondly, Romania continues to advocate for strengthening the respect of international humanitarian law and to constructively engage in debates on possible ways to improve the compliance with it. Thirdly, in its capacity as President of the 7th Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, Romania encouraged more accountability with regards to the implementation of inter alia of the provision of trafficking persons and smuggling of migrants. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, outrageous terrorist attacks have shocked the world this year and reminded us time and again that international terrorism undermines peace and security wherever we may be. We cannot let terrorists take hold. Terrorist groups cannot be countered only through military action, but also reducing its attractiveness to its followers, particularly the young person. We need to address the root causes that allowed them to develop in the first places. Preventing radicalization is key, with action targeted on the underlying social-economic conditions of persons in most vulnerable communities to radicalization and recruitment. We need more effective communication and education tools. I commend the considerable progress achieved over the last few months in the fight against Daesh in Libya, Iraq, or Syria. It is of utmost urgency to deny them safe havens in other areas and to take all the measures to stop the flow of foreign fighters joining. But that is just one step. Those liberated areas need reconstruction and stabilization. The idea that the response of terrorism requires multilateral actions based on international law has been advocated by Romania for some time now. That is the reason why Romania and Spain put forward the idea of an international court against terrorism as a measure to ensure accountability for the horrific crime continued to witnesses. Before concluding, I would like to express my appreciation for the active role and outstanding contribution that the United Nations Secretary General, Her Excellency Mr. Ban Ki-moon, has brought to the strengthening the United Nations position in the international arena and to promoting peace, stability, and sustainable development. His leadership and the helm of this organization have been an inspiration for numerous people around the world. My country is committed to continue to devote important political, diplomatic, human, and financial resources to regional and global stability in support of the United Nations effort to ensuring peace and security. That is why Romania is advancing its bid for a seat of a non-permanent member in the Security Council for the 2020 to 2021 term. I strongly believe that Romania's experience and solid track record of building bridges and trust with all the United States member states will bring a valuable contribution to the Security Council work. Thank you very much.